Why won't my camera come on? All right, audio check. I have to check the audio real quick. Why is the camera not coming on? That's just driving me nuts right now. Well, it's good that you guys can hear me. I just can't get my camera on. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just driving me nuts right now. I don't know. It could be just a delay or something. I don't know. I really am getting annoyed, though, that I can't get this popping. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to try something else. I'm trying to get the camera on. I don't know why the camera's not coming on. The reason why I'm trying to do it on YouTube is because I'm trying to oh wait. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Do I have to have my I know you guys said the audio is working, but I'm just gonna check and see how it is. Let me go ahead and check it. Oh wow, it actually sounds pretty good. Cool. Okay, good. The audio is working. I guess I had to open up my my split cast, like I don't know if you guys can see this. You probably can't. My XSplit broadcaster here, the thing I'm using to record, obviously, little app I'm using. Cool. It's camera's finally on. It only took me like 30 minutes to get it on. This is great. Okay, well, it's good to see everyone here. Spider-Man Unknown, what's up, man? T.O., hey, what's up? Comic King, you can hear me? Good. There, it's working. Camera's on. Nice. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so this is the first time I'm ever doing something like this. This is brand spanking new. This is the new thing right here. This oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let me just calm down because I have to remember that this is going to be a very different video compared to my other videos. This is going to be more. These videos are obviously going to be more relaxed. They're supposed to be more us just talking, having fun, yada yada yada. So I do have some topics. Zaid went ahead and gave me some topics for my podcast today. So I guess that we can start off with these. Now, I don't know how long I want this video to be. It's going to be interesting, though, because this is our first, like, podcast, I guess you could say. So it is going to be very interesting to see how we do this and how this works. I look forward to doing more of these in the future. I'm glad I finally am getting this to work now. I'm finally glad that the chat is there for me to see while I talk to you guys. It's great. It makes me feel really good. So I'm glad everything's working. I'm glad everything is looking good. I'm glad I sound way better actually in the YouTube version of the mic here. I said in the last video I was going to get a mic, but I didn't end up doing that because me and Nathan were talking, and he convinced me not to get a mic. So I just, I kind of shrugged my shoulders and I said, well, it saves me money. But I am glad to hear that the audio is decent because I think that's all that matters. And it should be. I have a really nice computer, $1,000 computer that I bought. So I expect the camera and the mic to be good. Kyle, what's up, man? How it's going? Pretty good. How's it going for you, man? Oh boy. Okay, so man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I think it's just me just kind of warming up right now, talking to you guys. I want to make sure the camera is nice and leveled with me. Looks good. Looks great. Um, Savage 20. Yo, what's up, man? Man, it's so cool to see. Like, there's a lot of. I'm actually noticing there's like, it looks like there's a few people here I don't really see too often. Which is good. It's good. I'm really glad that people I don't really see too often come here because I don't want people to feel intimidated when like with the live chat because I know like when I'm doing the gaming videos will go for like I'll stream for like an hour 30 or like 2 hours when I do the gaming videos. But you guys talk a lot, so I end up like stopping like playing the game and I just like kind of read the chat. Hopefully, this will help in the future. Tio, this is weird. I can't see new comments. Might be on your end, buddy. I see them. They're fine. They look great. Live chat's up and live chat is great. It's great. Sean Franklin, hey man, what's up? Okay, well, man, I'm so happy that I finally am getting this working. Yeah, the new comments or like the chat. I want to make sure you got that going to you before I actually do go any further, because I do I got like 4 topics to talk about today. You know me, I always write stuff down. I've been writing all my stuff down since I think man, when did I start writing things down? I think I started writing things down maybe 3 years ago, roughly. I don't remember when I actually started. I think it was when I did the homecoming video is when I actually started like writing the videos that I would do. I actually have the Q&A 16 already written down. So I already got all the questions. I got them all answered. I got all the prep time. So it's already done. Like as far as like me writing it down and answering them, they're already done. I just got to do the video. But it's awesome. It's great. I'm glad that that's done. And now we get to do the podcast here. And I know you guys noticed I didn't do a video yesterday. That was because I was trying to do the Q&A 16. Didn't work out though because I waited too long to start writing it down, and then plus I was watching the dogs, and you gotta realize I got stuff that goes on around my house, so it's a miracle that I even can schedule these podcasts. So these are gonna be like every Wednesday. I want to do them every Wednesday around 5 p.m. So that's gonna be when I do these. I'll probably remind you guys about that at the end, but yeah. All right. What is everyone saying? Comic Book King, yeah, I'm all right preferring the podcast over the video game live stream. Really? Really? That's interesting. See, that's interesting to me because like I like playing a game while talking to you guys, obviously. Obviously, I can see where people get annoyed because like if people want to watch me play the game and it's just rows after rows of questions. This is why I wanted to start doing the podcasts or the podcast because I want you guys to be able to talk to me about stuff weekly, but I also want it to be kind of contained. That way, like if you guys do want to ask me stuff like on live streams when I'm doing, playing a game or something, that's cool. But if you're asking me like 50 questions, that makes me have to sit there and think, man, I gotta be like the thinker. I'm thinking. I gotta think, right? But it's good because I get to sit here with you guys and I finally get to just relax, take my cup of Mountain Dew Spider-Man mug and just take a swig and relax and just talk to you guys. And that's what I want these to be. And I'm very glad that I finally am able to start doing these. It has already been 10 minutes and I have done nothing but just talk about how much I enjoyed doing this so far. That's awesome. Okay. Savage 20, who's your favorite Marvel character? You know it's Spider-Man. Come on. Down of Thunder 14. Hey man, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while since I've seen you. Kyle, ever see Dazed and Confused? No, I have not. Tio, if I go out and back in, they appear, so I'm good, I guess. Okay, that's good. That's good. Sean Franklin, you watch Power Rangers Beast Morphers? No, I did not. I actually stopped watching. I got out of the Power Rangers, I think. Well, number one, I got out of the Power Rangers at like a very young age. Uh, and then I came back when I was doing the Power Ranger Legacy Wars when we were doing those. Those videos did really well. Like I go back and I look at like I think my goal, like the video I made about like where's Gold Ranger, that did very well. I think that got over like 10,000 views. It did so well. And then I did in the Injustice 2 mobile game that got over like that also I think got around a couple thousand views. It did great. It did absolutely great. It's kind of crazy. I got a lot of views and a lot of success back then. Now these days I'm successful, but it's not as big as a couple thousand views like it is now. Oh boy, I probably should have slowed the chat down. You guys are just like going crazy. Down with Thunder 14, would you like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man crossing over with Chris Evans, Johnny Storm? Yes, I would. I actually really would like that. Comic Book King, in your Homecoming review and your review of the Homecoming trailers. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm nervous about the Snyder Cut because I'm scared if it's going to be disappointment like BVS. No, I think that it'll be good. Like I know, like you know what? Here's the thing. I think. Am I talking about that? I'm not talking about it here. We can talk about that right now. We can. That can be like our first big thing we talk about. Okay, so let's talk about the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Now, when this became a thing, I was completely surprised. I was completely shocked. I had no idea that they were actually ever going to do something like this. But it's crazy because if you go back, like for example, like I think Christopher Reeve's Superman 2, like if you go back and look at like Superman 2, that movie had two different versions, and there was a lot of push back in the day to get the director's cut of that movie, which I have, and it's fantastic. It's way better than the original, or the original that was posted and was put in theaters. So this is rare, but it happens, right? It happens where people push for something like this, and then for some reason it's kind of weird. I don't know why it's weird these days. I think it's because of the way culture is today, where like the idea of like getting creative and wanting to come back and finish something or fix something is, I don't know, it just doesn't really exist anymore, dare I say, but it is good that it still exists with Zack Snyder coming back to fix Justice League. I actually really would like to see what he has. I want to see what he does. We already know that it's going to be like time travel. We already know that it's going to do something with Flash. It's going to go back in time. And basically, he's just going to do Flashpoint. I think he's going to do Flashpoint. I think what's going to happen is the superheroes are going to get fucked up. And then Flash is going to have to go back in time, fix everything. But he might have to go further back in time because his warning to Ben Affleck's Batman didn't exactly work out. It felt like a throwaway scene in BVS if that is the case. But I don't know. It is the whole Zack Snyder thing. I am happy that we're gonna get a cut of his version of that movie. I was really disappointed with Justice League. I know you guys saw my review, and I actually left it up. I ended up giving the movie a 7. It's not a 7. What was I high when I gave that score? Like seriously, I must have been high, because there is no way when I go back and I actually think about it that deserved a 7. So I that was one of those reviews that I made that you can kind of look at and say, yeah, Mike was kind of wrong about that one. All right. What else we got? Tio, what the heck? What the f is the leaked plot of The Last of Us Part 2? Whoa! The leaked plot of The Last of Us 2. Okay, so I have not made videos on this, but I will go ahead and say this. I am not happy because I actually did hear about the leaks. I saw them, I heard them. Not happy, pissed. I don't want to really talk about it too much because I heard about, Sony's DMCing everyone and even not showing footage. Like, I'm not even showing footage. This is just me. This is just me and my stupid stupid Deadpool shirt with my stupid Spider-Man mug and my video games and my other stuff in the background. You can see Logan right there. But yeah, man. I'm gonna keep it brief and say that The Last of Us should have ended at the first game. There should not be a second game, as far as I'm concerned. There's no such thing as a second game because it didn't need it. The Last of Us Part 2 did not need to exist. It was genius the way that The Last of Us 1 ended. The idea that it ended on a white lie. And the reason why it was so good, because it's like your parents, right? It's like your parents when they tell you something because they don't want to hurt your feelings or when they don't want to make you feel bad. So they do this little white lie where they're not completely lying to you, but they are lying to you. But it's to protect you because it's this idea of parenting. You're protecting your child. Even though Ellie's not his child, it's still beautiful to see, and a lot of parents can relate with that because it's very it's important. It's very, very important, I think. All right, so let's move on. What else we got? Uh, Savage 20, I criticize Marvel if I don't like stuff they are doing. You should. You should criticize Marvel if they are not, you know, doing what they should be doing or if they're doing the right thing. Like I feel like Marvel lately, not just the comic book industry, but with media, with video games, have not been doing as well as I would want. They're not going in a direction that I feel like would be best. Which a lot of people would argue with me and say, "No, Mike, you're wrong. The video games are doing great. Marvel's Avengers is going to be fantastic. Uh, the MCU Phase 4 is going to be great. All this other stuff." But yeah, we will talk more about the Phase 4 because like I said, I got a lot of topics here from Zaid that I do want to cover, but I really do want to talk to you guys too about other stuff here. Da, 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 da. Oh wow. Kyle, did you like the dark Twilight Zone in TASM 1? The Dark Twilight Zone. I do not know what you're talking about. Savage 20, my favorite Marvel character, Spider-Man 2. That's awesome, man. Spider-Man Unknown, I'm excited for the Snyder Cut, but I'm a little worried, but I'm hype as heck, and let's hope we get more comic movies, cuts like LOL, like Webb, Mark Webb. You're talking about Mark Webb, Amazing Spider-Man cut. I liked Amazing Spider-Man. I thought it was all right. Down to Thunder 14, have you heard the rumors about Black Cat and Spider-Man 2099 getting their own Disney Plus show? Oh my god. Why does Miguel get the Disney Plus show? Why doesn't he get a movie? Like, I don't understand. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand. I said it time and time again. Miguel O'Hara is so different from Peter Parker, powers wise, life wise, era wise. There's so much you can do with that character. There's so much you can do. But they just don't do it, and I don't know why. It's really aggravating. I mean, I guess I would prefer that, people with good ideas would do the character, but still, it's like, come on, give that man some respect. Edge of Time tried, and Shattered Dimensions tried too, but I don't know. They needed a little bit more support, I guess. Savage 20, what is your thoughts about that new Spider-Man game? You guys know what my thoughts are on that, so I'm not going to get into it too much. Spider-Man Unknown, Flash, can you bring back Christian Bale for me? That would be awesome. Crown One, have you seen the Resident Evil 8 trailer? Yes, I have. I thought about making a video for Resident Evil 8, but I just haven't found the time to do it. And I think that's because, I don't know, I just don't really feel like it. I think I would prefer to kind of wait for the game to come out. Plus, we're going to be playing Resident Evil 4. We're going to be playing Resident Evil 4 soon, which makes me excited. Because, man, I cannot wait to get Resident Evil 4, and then we're going to do Resident Evil 4, and then we're going to do Revelations, then we're going to do 5, then we're going to do Revelations 2, and then we're going to do 6. And then if I finish 6 and I feel like it, we might do, what we could do is we could do the DLC for 7. I didn't do 7's DLC, which would be pretty good. I would love to go back and play the DLC for you guys because a lot of the DLC for 7 was actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Spider-Man Unknown, speaking of Deadpool, his third film better not be PG-13. Yeah, so yeah, the whole thing with Fox and the Disney merge, because people are still like, oh no, Deadpool's going to be PG-13. You know what my thing is? This is my thing. I feel like Disney has become way too big. Like, Disney is way too big of a company now. They basically absorbed one of their competitors. That's not good when it comes to, it's just not good as far as economics goes because, you need competition. Competition encourages competition to be better. So they try to give you they give you the best that they got. They give you the best, and then they continue to give the best. Unfortunately, what we have in this era now is a lot of studios and a lot of movies these days that don't try at all. And that's bad. That's really bad. I don't know what happened to where people just stopped trying making good movies. Anything like that. It just is annoying. It really, really is. All right. Tio, what do you got for me? Yeah, me too. I'm angry about the Last of Us Part 2 plot. First game was so good, and now the chick got to do the plot. She's got the worst fucking thing ever. Yeah, AAA. Yeah. What else we got? All right. Down to Thunder 14. If you get to choose another actor to play Spider-Man, who would it be and why? I don't know. Me? Nah, I'm kidding. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Probably because I'm not paying attention to 18-year-old kids these days. I don't really care. Just give me someone who's gonna play the role correctly. How about that? How about instead of, who's gonna play the character? Who do you think should play the character? How about we do this? How about we have what we used to call back in the day audition? How about you audition for the role? Like, I feel like when it came to Tom Holland, they kind of looked at Tom Holland and they said, oh, this guy's not going to ask questions. This guy's not going to, raise an eyebrow when we give him the script and he, whatever. And then they come to find out that the kid's so whack, he ends up spoiling the movies. So they can't even give him the script. How? Like, isn't that craziest thing you ever heard? It's like he can't even read the script because he'll spoil it. Like, what is his attention span? Like, seriously, how old is he? Like, isn't he about my age and he just cannot keep his mouth shut when it comes to spoilers? Like, I don't understand. like, it's not hard. It's not hard. Like, really, he's friends with Robert Downey Jr., and Robert Downey Jr. can teach him how to talk like a movie star, meaning don't spoil it. Talk this way, that way you don't spoil it. Nothing. It's like, what? Like, what's the issue? I don't understand. It's so weird to me. It's so weird, man. What else we got? You watch Dark Knight? I don't want to know. Director, I'm 29. Okay. Well, cool. Do you think the Michael Keaton would have been a good old Bruce Wayne in the live-action Batman Beyond? Yes, I do actually. I do. Okay. So it has been about 26 minutes. So what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the topics for this video. It took me 26 minutes to get to it, but here we are. I think what I'll start doing is I'll start having like 10-minute warm-ups. Like, I'll just like 10 minutes, I'll just sit here and I'll just like talk to you guys about random stuff, like in the comment section. And then I think what I'll do is then after those 10 minutes, I'll just do the topics. And then after that, then I'll come back to you guys. And I think I'll just do that as like a rotation until, unless I want to add stuff in or, you know, whatever I want to do, because I'm still trying to figure out what I really want to do with these podcasts. So let's go ahead and move on. So my podcast topics. Now, these are from Zaid. You guys know Zaid. Me and Zaid talk all the time. He's talking to me all the time. Gives me a lot of. He gave me some Q&A questions. I got a lot of Q&A questions from other people too. It's not just Zaid. But he gave me some of the topics for today. So let's talk about this. So number one, he's asking me to talk about Kate Bishop replacing Clint Barton as Hawkeye in the MCU. Now, here's the thing. This would not be a surprise. I think as anyone who is familiar with how Marvel is right now and how they are today, yada yada yada, we know that Marvel will do whatever they can to either switch the sexes to female and or switch the race, which is why I am completely fundamentally shocked why they haven't done that with the MCU with Spider-Man, because I feel like when Homecoming happened, like when Spider-Man Homecoming happened, when the movie came out, I sat there and I thought to myself, they're going to kill this guy. There is no way they're seriously going to continue or make a trilogy out of this. Obviously, I was wrong. I completely underestimated the power of stupidity. And I sat there and I thought to myself, wow, they're really going to drag this character who in the comics is above Iron Man, above the Hulk, above the Avengers, as far as popularity goes. He is basically the Superman and or Batman of the Marvel comic books. So and this is why I get so annoyed and I have all these issues, because when you go and read the comic books, when you go and you watch some old TV shows and movies, they treat him like the fucking king. Like they treat his character with so much respect. They make sure that he is here's the thing. For example, I think it's very important when you're making Spider-Man it's okay to change things. I feel like I need to really reiterate some of my issues that I brought up back in the past, because I feel like I need to address this. It is okay. It is okay to change stuff with the character, as long as it doesn't affect his core personality, his core truth to who he is. And I think that is my biggest issue with like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, is that it's not true to the character and who he is. Now, I feel like, and this is something that I've said before when it comes to Spider-Man, is I don't like that it's basically just like he doesn't act like him. Like he doesn't act like Spider-Man, right? Like that's my argument. That's always the thing that I like to say is, oh, he doesn't act like Spider-Man. And I think my biggest problem is always trying to give context and reasons why. And I think that's because I've listed so many, and I'm just so tired of going over it over and over it again. But if I was to describe Tom Holland's Spider-Man, it would be random teenage boy wearing Iron Man Spider-Man suit. That's how I would probably explain it to someone now, like what I think of that Spider-Man now. Because he doesn't act like the character. He completely disregards the comic book version. And again, it's not that he has to be 100% accurate to the character. It's just a matter of the fact that I just dislike the fact that he doesn't seem, not just Tom Holland, but the John Watts director, he just doesn't seem to really care or respect the character. And I just can see it and I can feel it in the movie as I'm watching it. I feel like there's never a moment where things are being taken seriously. I never feel like they're actually trying to pay homage or respect to anything. Like, I feel like they really have done a bad job with Spider-Man over the past couple of years. And not just, I can argue not just with the MCU Spider-Man, but I can argue that with, like, for example, the Marvel Spider-Man TV show too. They just don't get it. And then they try to add in more Spider-Men, and then they dumb down Peter Parker because we got to make sure everyone's equal, right? We got to make sure that, we got Miles and we got Gwen, we got MJ, because fucking in the Ultimate Spider-Man, MJ became Carnage for some reason. I don't know. It got pretty whack. Okay, let's just say at the end of Ultimate Spider-Man, things got whack. I wouldn't say in a bad way, just kind of in a crazy way. When it comes to Marvel Spider-Man, oh, it got bad. It got so bad. Not only did I stop reviewing the show, I stopped watching the show. I stopped watching it. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm not, fuck these videos. I don't need to make them. I threw it in the trash. I was just done. Like, it's kind of funny because I think one of the Q&A questions that I get asked is if I have seen the recent Maximum Venom like thing that they're doing in the Marvel Spider-Man TV show. And I have not. I stopped watching before the end of season 1. I didn't even finish the first season. Like, that's how annoyed I got. Like I said, I would have to go back and actually watch the show to remember all the issues I had with it. But yeah, as it stands, right? I mean, but I'll say this. Let me go ahead and stop, and I'll say this. Let's talk about Spider-Man PS4 and how they did Peter Parker. I felt like Peter Parker was done better than he has in a few years. It's been a couple years, and I think that the Spider-Man PS4 game has done Peter Parker's character better. I feel like it could be even better, but I think that's dragged down because of the supporting cast. I feel like it's not strong enough. Like, you got Miles Morales in there, you got MJ. I can do a whole video on why I'm not a fan of that whole MJ becoming a reporter thing, because it's not her character or who she is, but whatever, that's what they did. But Peter Parker by himself is good. It's good. It's good, okay? Just want to iterate that goodness before I say anything else anymore. Okay, so let's move on. Since we're talking about comics, let's talk about Brian Michael Bendis is officially leaving Superman. Now, this is great news because that means that fucking bastard can finally stop ruining Superman. Superman was doing so well before Brian fucking Michael Bendis came in, destroyed his family, ripped it apart, destroyed, just completely fundamentally destroyed Superman's fucking family, everything. Just it was terrible. It was just awful. I just don't understand why they did. Like, I don't understand how Brian Michael Bendis still has a job. Like, I honestly don't. I don't even know. Is he going back to Marvel? I honestly have absolutely no idea. I have no idea if he's going back to Marvel. I have no idea if he is going to do something else in DC. I have absolutely no idea, but I am happy he's not doing Superman anymore because he should not have been doing Superman. And honestly, you know, I can go on and on about Brian Michael Bendis. Brian Michael Bendis is the reason why I hate Miles Morales. He is a big reason because he made Miles Morales. Brian Michael Bendis made Miles Morales. But he also made the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books. So it's this weird thing, it's this weird relationship where he did really good a long time ago, but then when he made Miles Morales, and then so on and so forth in the Marvel, and then to DC, he just wasn't doing good anymore. He just started doing terribly. He started writing terribly. He was just ruining everything. And that's why I asked, does this guy even still have a job anymore? I honestly have no idea because I feel like he should be fired because he just does not know what he's doing. But I don't know. So let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about something else. Since we're talking about the DC world, let's talk about the Batwoman being replaced in the CW show, the TV show. You know, that awful show that nobody is watching? Yeah, that show. So apparently she's going to be replaced. Ruby Rose. You know, it's kind of funny. I could say this. It's my channel. It's my YouTube channel. You know, I was actually looking her up a bit, and was trying to figure out, like, I don't know. I'm weird. You know, I like to go and see. Like, sometimes when it comes to celebrities, if I have if I'm iffy about them, or if I kind of want to get some background on them, I go ahead and look them up. So I looked her up. Apparently she's bisexual, right? She claims she's bisexual or everything. And it's kind of funny because I remember watching some videos, people talking about how the Puritans or the SJWs were not happy with that because they wanted a full-on lesbian woman to play Batwoman. You know, here's what I'm going to say about those people. It's bullshit that those people even have a voice. It really, really is, because they don't care about the characters, obviously. All they care about is power. All they care about is power, and they do that as a flex to control you, control your narrative, yada, yada, yada. It's very fucking disgusting. Hopefully it will get destroyed soon. I know a lot of people are trying to say that it's going to get worse. But I don't know, man. I mean, I look at all the stuff going on in the world today, and, you know, I think about it, that maybe it's possible that this could be the end of those SJWs. This could be the end of Twitter Puritans, blue check marks, all the above, all those people above. That would be great, because then we can finally start writing good stories again, and we can finally start fixing the damage that has been done to our comic book characters. You know, now here's the thing. Let's talk about the Batwoman character. Give me a second. I gotta plug the PC port in real quick. Oh, there we go. I had to plug my computer back in. All right. So let's talk about Batwoman. I actually genuinely want to talk about the character, not just Ruby Rose. Batwoman, before, like, I'm talking about years ago, Batwoman was once straight. And then they wrote her and changed her and then they turned her bi, and then years later they changed it again, and then she was a lesbian, right? Like that's the story. That's what they went with, and that's what it has been for a while. Now, does this affect her character? A little, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because we never really liked Batwoman anyway. I think that it's kind of like the Captain Marvel situation, you know, like how she was like Ms. Marvel and they turned her into Captain Marvel. And to be fair, I actually did like her when she was Ms. Marvel. I actually genuinely thought that she was better as Ms. Marvel. I thought she was written better. Um, I still wonder what it would have been like if Ms. Marvel and fucking Spider-Man dated one time. I actually genuinely would like to see how that relationship would have played out. But I don't know, man. It's interesting to sit there and think about those types of things sometimes. You know, and then you think about Batwoman and all the changes she's went through. I think that Batwoman is just a character who people don't really care about, and that's just the fact. You know, so you can look at the show and say, well, you know, no one really likes the character anyway. You can sit there and you can blame it on SJWs. You can sit there and blame it on viewership. You can sit there and blame it on YouTuber, whatever you want to blame it on, right? But the fact comes down to that no one cares about Batwoman. No one cares about the fact that she's a lesbian. No one cares about all that crap. The problem with Batwoman is that she was never written well. Like, no one does a good job in writing her. No one seems like they want to write her like as an actual human being. Like I think that's part of her problem is that when she's written, she's not written right. She's not written like a normal person. She's very, I don't know. She's very, I don't know. She's just in a weird parallel mindset. I don't know. It's very weird, twisted. I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say because I kind of running out of things to say about it. But yeah, man. So I guess finally we'll talk about the last topic, and then I want to jump back to you guys, and then we'll wrap up the live stream. I'm trying to stretch it for like an hour, because it's kind of funny. I had absolutely no idea how long these videos would be. All right, so let's do the last topic, and then we'll see where I'm at. Okay, so have you been reading Nick Spencer's run on Spider-Man so far? Because I read the 43rd issue, and it was boring in my opinion. Okay, so I feel like I got to take some responsibility for this, because when I heard that Nick Spencer was going to write Spider-Man, and he started fixing a lot of the shit that Dan Slott fucked up in his version of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, I was excited. I was happy, right? I was getting excited. I was like, okay, he seems like he's the guy he's gonna fix it. He's gonna be the guy who's gonna solve the problems. He's gonna be the guy who does it, right? But that's not the case, obviously. That was not the case. So what apparently was going on was, I don't know. I kind of stopped reading after. I think I stopped reading after 10 issues. I think I stopped reading it because, yeah, I think the problem so far with the Amazing Spider-Man, Nick Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man run so far, is that, yeah, it's kind of boring. I think he needs to take a step back and try to put the excitement back into the writing again. You know, maybe do something, you know, that fans would really enjoy. Maybe have Spider-Man and Ghost Rider go down to Mephisto and just beat the shit out of him until he gives him his marriage back. You know? But yeah, man, you know, like do something. do something exciting, do something fun, do something that makes people be like, whoa, what's happening? You know, like Spider-Man's gonna go what? He's gonna do that. He's gonna go beat up Mephisto with Ghost Rider. Or he's gonna, I don't know, just the most random shit you could think of. But make it fun, make it exciting. I think he needs to bring back the excitement in his books. I think that's the biggest problem with his books right now. So hopefully he does that in the future. If not, I guess I was wrong about Nick Spencer then, because he might have fixed a lot of the shit that Dan Slott was ruining, but he's making it very boring, which he's got to fix. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for the topics. I guess I can refer back to you guys and see what some of you guys have said. Now, I'm sure you guys have wrote a lot of stuff, so make sure that if you really want me to answer the question, rewrite it so that I can see it, because if I go back through it, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be a mess. I'm just gonna be here forever. I'm trying to go up I'll try to go up a little bit though, because I was out for like a little bit. Okay. Comic Book King, I cannot believe that Spider-Man and Silk are a thing. Well, they're not a thing. You see, the thing is that Dan Slott, I don't know what Dan Slott was thinking. He must have been watching too much porn, and he was like, oh, it would be awesome or hot if I did this in a Spider-Man comic book. And that's what he did. I don't know. I don't know what his mindset was when he did the Silk and Spider-Man thing. I don't know what it was. It was weird. I didn't care for it. Did I hate it? Now let's back up. Did I hate the whole idea of Silk? No, but maybe it would have been kind of cooler if it was like, I don't know, kind of like the whole X-23 thing with Wolverine, where it was like a clone, like a female clone. Because, the whole idea of Silk was they were trying to say that, oh, someone else also got bit by the spider. Like it wasn't just Peter, which I think is stupid. I don't like that. Now, their relationship, which is completely fundamentally lustful, it's just lustful. Like it's remember Spider-Woman? Remember Spider-Woman? God, no one even writes Spider-Woman anymore, or at least they don't write her right. If you guys don't know who Spider-Woman is not like Spider-Man at all. Jessica Drew was a SHIELD agent. I don't remember how she got her powers, but basically she has this pheromone. Where men become insanely attracted to her. Like it's a pheromone. It's like it activates something in like men's like minds or something that just make them basically fall in love with her. It's like a kind of like you can think of it like a poison ivy thing where she can manipulate you and stuff like that. But the difference with this is with Spider-Woman, she doesn't have control over it. And that's kind of the same thing with the Silk and Spider-Man thing, is that they don't have control over it. So then they just bang like rabbits, essentially. And that was like the biggest, I think, issue was with the story, was the pheromone thing that they were doing. It didn't make sense. It was the most random bullshit ever. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Dino Thunder 14. Silk is with Johnny Storm now, I think. Really? Are you really? That's very interesting. Is that in the Fantastic Four comics, or is that like in the Silk comics? It could be. It could be in the Silk comics. I don't know. Zayd, I want Spider-Man to be with Aunt Mary Jane. She is way better than Silk. Yes, she is. It's kind of. I do want to talk about the relationship between Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and Gwen Stacy, because it's a very weird thing. Because I sit here and I like to play devil's advocate essentially for Stan Lee these days and be like, well, he wanted Spider-Man and Gwen to be together, so they should be together, right? And I do wish there was like an alternate timeline where I got to see it. I got to see what it would have been like for those two to be together. I think that would have been pretty interesting. I would think that would have been pretty cool. And I think they could have wrote Gwen Stacy just as well, if not close enough to how they did to Mary Jane in the comics. But you have to remember that they've been together in the comics for such a long period of time that they were able to start organically writing them, and it became so good that now you can't separate them. That's just, those two are just together. Mary Jane and Peter Parker are just together now. That's just how it is. That they are now, that it's just those two now. But I think one of my favorite now, I talk shit about, it's not just me. There are a lot of people even in the comments here who are talking shit about Dan Slott. Here's what I will say about Dan Slott. He is not good. He cannot write Spider-Man. But I think when he did Spider-Verse and when he did the scene where Spider-Gwen and Spider-Man, Peter Parker, 616 met each other, I really loved that moment. I really loved that moment where they took the time to talk to each other. I love that they took the time to actually remember what happened to each other in their universes. I think that was very, and that's why when I watch like the Spider-Verse movie, it kind of bothers me because, I feel like that they didn't do it 100% correct. Because, again, they're going to recognize each other. They're immediately going to recognize each other, and I think he did that moment very, very well. I don't know. I mean, personally, I prefer Gwen Stacy's character should just be laid to rest. I don't think you should really use her in comics anymore. But I don't know. I think it should. I don't know. I don't know. I don't got nothing to add on to that. Tio, imagine Jaws 5. What's funny is I was actually thinking about buying a game called Man Eater. Stupid Jack. But Man Eater, I wanted to buy it just because I wanted to have fun and be a shark. Who bought that game? Has anyone actually bought and played that game? Because I've been thinking about wanting to buy it when it goes on sale or something. Because I don't know, it'd be fun to just play as a shark. It's like, did you ever just want to play as a shark? Apparently I did, because I really do want to play the game. Zayd, I would have made a Silk a little girl that Spider-Man can adopt. What? A little girl that he could adopt? Peter Parker is no parent. I think someone said earlier, that Spider-Man MJ had a daughter in like an alternate universe. But here's the thing. Like in 616, he's never been a father. He's never actually had a kid before. It would be, but I will say this. This actually, I think, would be what they should do in the Amazing Spider-Man comics from now on. That's what I'm saying. Nick Spencer, have Spider-Man grab Ghost Rider and be like, all right, we're going to go beat up Mephisto and get my marriage back. Okay, you in? Good. And they ride all the way down to hell, and they completely start beating the absolute shit out of Mephisto. I don't know. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be fun. I think that would be like, what? That's crazy. Because it's not boring. You also got to make sure when you're writing a story that you're not writing it very boring. And I think again, that's what he's suffering from. So what he should do, take Ghost Rider, beat Mephisto's ass, get his marriage back, have a kid. I think, and you know what? This is what I want. I want 2 kids. I want a boy. I want a girl. So that way you can have Mayday Parker, and then you could have, I don't know, whoever he would name whatever he would name the boy. You know what I mean? Because Marvel likes to do this thing where they don't like to give sons for some reason, which I find absolutely retarded. But whatever, I digress. That way you can start doing something different. That way you can start doing something more interesting. That way you can, I don't know, maybe you can maybe you can write the book maybe for parents. Maybe you can write the book, for people maybe like me who not in the future when they do want to get married and they do want to have kids. Maybe they can look back at that and be like, yeah, I remember when Spider-Man was teaching his boy this or teaching his little girl this. You can be influential in a very good way. And I feel like the problem these days is that they don't know how to be influential in a very good way because society hates families and society always wants to tear down the idea of family. And it's fucking disgusting. And we need to bring back the idea of family back into comic books and the idea of teamwork, progression, things like that. They've left all that shit behind. I want to see that stuff again. It's probably why I love the movie Logan so much, because they didn't treat X-23 like his clone. They treated her like his daughter, which I really loved. I love that they did that. It felt right. It felt right to do that. But I don't know. That's all I got to say on that. We're gonna wrap this up in 3 minutes. What else you guys got? Spider-Man known. Isn't Peter married to MJ and it has a daughter in the comics? No, that's an alternate. It's an alternate dimension. His marriage in the 616 comics got taken away by fucking Mephisto, because Peter just could not. I don't know. Oh God, Civil War. Oh my God. The Civil War comics is when Spider-Man's character started to die. Okay, that's when his character started to die. Spider-Man would never reveal his identity to the world. That does not make any sense why he would do that. So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is Aunt May gets shot. Right? She gets shot, and then they do one more day. Oh God, one more day. God, this fucking comic book, which was written by Dan Slott. MJ and Peter go down to Mephisto's realm. Peter begs Mephisto to save his Aunt May's life. But Mephisto's like, you give me your marriage and I'll let your sweet Aunt May live. That was the deal, right? That was the deal. And that's when Spider-Man comics went just straight down. And then Dan Slott's been writing it for years, and now we got Nick Spencer, which is... It's fine, but it can be better. All right. What else we got here? Spider-Man. Wasn't there a comic where Peter and MJ made love and he killed her and he became an old man? That was weird as heck. God, that radioactive spider jizz shit is the stupidest. I hate that book. by the way. I hate that book. I really hate that book. That book is depressing as fuck. I don't know who in the right mind would write something like that, but whatever. Fuck that book. We're going to look at that book like sins of the past. We're just never going to fucking talk about that book. It's fucking awful. Honestly, Gwen Stacy should have just remained as a haunted reminder of one of Spider-Man's biggest failures in his life instead of being another Spider person. Yes. See, that's the thing. Gwen Stacy is important. Like Gwen Stacy doesn't need to have her own comic to be important. Gwen Stacy was important because it was the end of was it the Silver or the Golden Age? No, it was the Silver Age. Like that was the end of the. I think was it Golden Age? Was it Golden Age or Silver Age? Whatever. The point is that Gwen Stacy's death was the end of, the typical, oh, the superhero's gonna save the day. He always does. No, the death of Gwen Stacy comic was the first time that a hero actually failed in a story, and it was brutal, and it was haunting, and it haunts Peter to this very day, and that's how it should always be looked at. It was very influential. It changed the whole game of comics. The comics industry was like, wait, we can do that? We can just kill people? And that's why you see heroes just dropping all these days, because they just have abused the idea where like something like the death of Gwen Stacy should not be used as an opportunity to be like, I can just kill whoever I want. No, it should be looked at as, if you're going to do it, have it be important to your story and have it change something and have it be something that is accepted, but I don't know. I guess what I'm just trying to say is make sure that it's not just a random death. Don't have it be a random death. Have the death be meaningful. It's very important when you kill off characters that you treat them with respect. All right, let's move on. Spider-Man Unknown didn't pay attention, but did you see my comments on the Nolan Raimi films? No, I did not. I was talking about other stuff. Comic Book King, yeah, I think Spider-Man should do that way. He can redeem himself from what he did in One More Day. Yes, we need to fix One More Day. One More Day is awful. It needs to go away. Needs to be erased. We need to fix the issue. Spider-Man Unknown, I'm glad not to be the only Spider-Man fan who hates the decision what he made in Civil War. We all do. Who does not like the decision he made in Civil War? That was not Spider-Man. Spider-Man would never reveal his identity to the world. He wouldn't do that, no matter what the government told him to do. That's bullshit. He would be on Captain America's side. Spoiler alert, he joins Captain America's side afterwards. It's fucking stupid. Comic Book King also, to be honest, when Spider-Man was an adult in the early comics, he acted like a teenager. Well, yeah, you have to remember he was a young man. Like when you're 20 years old, you still try to act like a teenager. Dan Slott did not write One More Day. It was J. Michael Straczynski. Okay, well, there you go. I guess I was wrong. It was someone else, not Dan Slott, but then Dan Slott took over after that guy. Zay, are you talking about the Spider-Man regime? Because I actually like that comic book because it's like the Dark Knight Returns comics, but with Spider-Man instead of Batman. I am blanking on what that one was. Wolf Cool, have you been into Cosmic Book News or We've Got This Covered sites? No, not really. I mean, I don't really like to read articles now because they're just they're very pandering. Uh, Spider-Man Unknown. I plan to make a Spider-Man 29 film and a Spider-Man 2099 animated series. What do you think of my ideas? Yeah, it's cool. Sure. Zay, did you watch the latest episode of Marvel Spider-Man? Because Mary Jane is in the episode. No, I did not. I'm sure they butchered her character too. Or did they fix it? You tell me. Or did they do a good job? I don't know. We'll see. Awesome Bricks 10. Hey, man, what's up? Zaid, Spider-Man Regime is the comic where Peter was an old man and became Spider-Man one more time and Mary Jane died. Is that like an alternate dimension? If that's like an alternate dimension comic book, there's a high chance I possibly didn't read that one because I don't really like to read alternate Spider-Man comic books unless like it's 2099 or Spider-Verse. Other than that, I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming to me on this first ever podcast because it's been like 6 minutes in. Comic Book King, is that the comic where Spider-Man did the naughty so much at MJ that he killed her? I don't think it was. I don't think that's what the Spider-Man Regime one was. Or was it, Zaid? I don't know. I don't think I read the Regime one. Wasn't that the one where like the supervillains basically took over and like all the superheroes were basically gone, but Spider-Man came back as like an old man and he stopped them? But is that the one? I don't remember. Like I said, I don't think I read that one. I don't really read alternate timelines or alternate stories. I'm not a big fan of seeing MJ die, which is probably why I'm not interested in the book, obviously. Oh, I was right. Okay, so I did read that before. Yeah, I guess I just don't remember it. And Venom was the main villain. Oh, fuck. Venom was the main villain, huh? It's been so long. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you guys for coming to the podcast. This was kind of fun. I actually enjoyed this. My throat will not thank me. It will not thank me. Zaid, Mary Jane is the best part of the episode. Maybe I'll look up a clip. Maybe I'll watch the clip and I'll see if I like it or not. But yeah, I'm wrapping up here. Thank you guys for watching. This was awesome. I'm glad we finally got to do this. I'm glad you guys were here with me. This was a fun conversation. I hope. Oh yeah, Zaid, everything else is stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, yeah. we'll see what I think of it. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching for the first ever podcast that I've done on this channel. So I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're going to be doing this weekly. So, Tio, don't buy Maneater. Why? Did you buy it? Did you not like it? Damn it, that sucks. I heard the only thing that people didn't like about it was the camera. But I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'm out of here. Up, and away. See you guys.